Hi, my name is Daria Medrova. I'm content creator, entrepreneur, and host of the She Did It show. I'm so excited to try today the new format and to just record the short episode about my experience, about the questions which I received sometime about my experience making this show, about my entrepreneurship experience, and just to integrate these short episodes every next week and see how it goes. How do you like it? And let's try and see where it will lead us. So actually, first, I would love to start with the most common question, which I received recently. Maybe you mentioned that some of my guests who are immigrants and they received O1 visa for extraordinary talents in the US. And we are talking about that very often. How did they achieve that? Which steps did you do? And I want to summarize that because I'm also, a couple years ago, I got this visa and I have something to share. I will try to do it quick, and maybe that will help you to navigate your adventures and journey in the US if you want to come here, to try yourself here, and to have this visa. This visa is for extraordinary talents. You have to prove that you achieved some valuable and very important results in some industry, which you're an expert in your country. So there are other types of visa like EB1, EB2. It's a little different. It kind of goes after O1 visa, but I want to focus on O1 visa today. So actually how that happened with me, my story, I will share that. And obviously every case is very individual. The first thing I tell everyone, you have to collect your portfolio with all your projects, with maybe achievements of your current company or whatever you're working on right now, and just go to the lawyer. And then the lawyer will give you the best advice individually on your case. But yeah, maybe if you still don't know about that, I will talk about me. I did the same thing. I collected my portfolio 4 years ago, and I came to the lawyer with my case. The thing is, back in Russia, I had my company, my beauty box, which was a subscription-based model, and we've been collaborating with such brands as L'Oreal, Sephora, LVMH, Givenchy, all these top amazing brands which existed back then in Russia. And I sold this company. And right after I came to the US, to New York City, and my journey started here, I came with this to my lawyer, and she told, it's actually amazing. We could work on that. You could receive this visa, but you need to work on some missed spots, on some other aspects of your portfolio which are missed. Actually, very important advice. If you are doing your own brand, your own company, be focused not only real marketing tools which promote your brand, maybe it can be like influence marketing, etc., but also focus on publications in media in your own country. It will help you a lot if you want to get this visa, because was my missed spot, and I didn't do that. Back then, I was working a lot with influencers, and I didn't pay a lot of attention to publication into PR. So that's why here I had to write some articles and to make lots of publications to different magazines about my experience, about my expertise in beauty, and this is what I did. And actually, I did lots of publications for Cosmopolitan, for Marie Claire, In Style, Vogue, and other amazing magazines. And this is an important thing. You need to have lots of publications. The quantity of publications can be different for everyone, but in some point, I already had 30 publications. And you can have less, more, it's all depends. But this is the first thing, publications about your company or about your expertise. For example, you can be a columnist in some magazine and to write about some, beauty, fashion, or whatever it is. So the next thing to be focused on, that's publications about you. about your success story, so about your as a person, so and the owner of the brand. That's another thing. And yeah, that's also like the quantity can be very different. It all depends. When you start your case working with the lawyer, actually the very important thing is to find the petitioner, the US citizen who can file, who can just be formal person who will sign documents and all other thing the lawyer does. So this is the person with the US passport, basically, who could be guarantor like of you somehow. And for example, if you receive O1 visa for freelancers, it can be the person. If O1 visa from the company, it's regularly this role goes to the company. So actually another big part of your portfolio is your publications. So for example, you can participate in some advertising, or I don't know, like depends on the industry you're presenting, in some music videos as a famous person in your country. So it can be all related to the country you're based in, and a small publicity you have is actually better. So also super important part, it's invitations to job in the US. So you need to have, like, in my case, I had like 4 invitations from a couple from American companies and couple from international companies, which are very famous everywhere. So, and it can be different quantity. Like, I know some people had like 3, some had 6, but obviously is more you have is better. And it's not like the actual invitation to job. It's like that they will do that when you will get your visa. So this is very important. They should mention like the salary or some, the description of the job which you will potentially will do for this company. And so this is not like the actual invitation, but this is like the purposeful. So actually. So also super important part is recommendation letters from people and companies you worked with in your own country. So I actually never paid attention to that, but it's actually not complicated to collect if you have some industry leaders, some super famous companies and people who can write down like how amazing you are, regularly like, that's people from your industry who you've been working with, could write recommendation letters. It also depends, like it can be 5, 6, with all different numbers. And also you have to be the member of the professional community, for example, like designers community, writers community in your own country. So depends on the industry, obviously. As more publications you have is better. And also super important part, you could be the judge in some industry competition, for example, like some competition for startups of entrepreneurs, and you could be the judge. Or it depends, like if it's like fashion, or you could be the judge on the fashion show, right? Or somehow something like that. And public speaking gigs, you could be the speaker on the big event, you could present your ideas online, offline. So it's more you have is better. So this is actually quite like the most important things to be focused on when you prepare your case. Obviously, the lawyer could also help you with that and to create some unique cases. Like if, for example, you're a designer, stylist, even a blogger, like content creator, it could be. In my case, it was like collaborations with brands, small contracts with big brands you've been working with is better. So this is super important part. And actually I know some people who are entrepreneurs and who are experts in some industry, and they kind of combine this all background to one case. And it's super important to have a good lawyer who could help you to put it all together and to make your case unique or authentic, because every case is different. And so many stories from my guests I hear, it's all different. There is not like a single person with the same case, with the same set of documents, experiences, and backgrounds. It's all different. But maybe, what's similar is worldwide brands, media outlets are included to their portfolio. I actually think this is the most crucial parts of your portfolio, and if you want to try to apply for that visa, I would highly recommend, because it's very rare visa. Obviously, right now more and more people try to get it, and it's great. And but it's very different from H-1B visa, which you can get from the company which will hire you. But there is like a lottery every April of each year, and regularly the competition is 1 to 3. Even if the company hired you, you not necessarily will receive your working visa, H-1B visa, because it's like a lottery, 1 to 3 cases. So yeah, and this visa can lead you to green card. It's like EB1, EB2. It also depends on your case. So you can just work a little bit more on your portfolio, on your final portfolio, and yeah, you can become a citizen. So actually my portfolio was like, I don't know, like 500 pages. And that's yeah, you just collect all your amazing projects, backgrounds. And even sometime when you don't know if it's valuable or not, it's always good to have a folder on your computer and just to collect all your publications, all your projects, and that can be useful. So I wish you, if you're thinking about this visa, to get luck and just to try, don't be afraid. Come to the US and try yourself here. Work for different companies if you're a freelancer, or work for one company, and to find your passion here and to succeed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was helpful to you in some point. And please subscribe to my channel. Click the button below. Like this video, leave a comment if you have any questions. I will be happy to help you. So have a nice day.